There we go. It only took like 20 minutes to go live. I was on my phone trying to figure out what was wrong. Hey, everyone. This is a little random and impromptu. You didn't miss anything. I just felt like getting on tonight because I had some time, wanted to see you guys. And so, yeah, here I am. Every now and then I'll just kind of impromptu get on if I feel like it. But I wanted to do something different tonight. I will be live again next Tuesday. I do get on every single Tuesday. So I will be back next Tuesday. This was just like a fun little one if anyone was around and wanted to hang out. But yeah, even if you missed it, I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about book divination. And then we're going to do some book divination tonight. So I have 4 different books, and I'm just going to pull random messages from each of these books for you guys. And I want to just try doing some readings that way. Excuse me. And because no one expects me to get on live, I'm going to give it a few minutes for some other people to get in here. And yeah. While I wait, though, if you're watching replay, I want to know if you guys have any idea what this crystal could be. I got this crystal at a store today, and the guy that was selling it had no idea what it was. And all their prices were so cheap. It was ridiculous. So cheap. So if anyone knows what this is, let me know. And I'm not sure if the lighting is honestly doing it justice. Oh, that's way too much. But yeah, so I saw it today, and like a crystal this big would normally cost so much. And their whole entire store was so cheap. And I was just walking around like, oh my God. Do they even know like how underpriced they are right now? And clearly they must not know what they're doing because they didn't even know what this crystal was. I'm guessing it's some sort of like a gate crystal. It's got these like really beautiful like blue colors, but then this looks like, your average, whatchamacallit? I can't remember. Anyway, but if any of you know what it is, it's kind of like this periwinkle blue mixed in with this like clear crystal, and then this like green. It almost looks like moss or something. It's so interesting, but I had to buy it because the price was just too stinking good. But anyway, so yeah, jumping on tonight to do some book divination, a little bit different. I did not plan to do this, so don't feel like you like missed out on anything. I'm just impromptu jumping on because I felt like it. Had a great day with my husband and my baby boy, and wanted to just see you all tonight. We'll see how that works out because none of you are expecting me to be live tonight. So we'll see how this goes. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about book divination really quick and then we're going to do something for you guys. So if anyone's in here and wants a book divination, I'm just going to kind of do them willy-nilly. And then obviously too, if anyone wants a reading, I've got my cards over here too, and we'll just do it sort of like a normal reading night. But book divination is sort of just using a book to get an answer to a question. And the thing is you have to expect for the answer to come from a book. And now what I'm going to do is almost lay these out in front of me as if they were tarot cards. And I'm sort of setting the intention that if somebody asks a question, I'm going to be drawn to which book I want to be drawn to. Now, if you only have one book, that's okay too. What you can do is say, hey guys, I'm using this book. Please let me know. Please use this book to communicate the answers to me. And this is great if you don't have any tarot cards or any oracle cards. And an alternative to this, I will say, is using music, using the radio for messages. And how you can do this is you're in your car, you're listening to your guides, you're listening to music, and you say, guides, I want to know about XYZ. Can you give me a message through the next song that comes on? And so you expect that the next song is going to be for you. Like there's going to be some message in it, and you listen to the song and maybe there's a lyric that sticks out. Maybe it's just the overall like energy of the song, like it's very happy or bubbly or something. And then you can sort of like get messages that way. And that's actually a great way to practice your clairaudience. And this way, using a book is like the same sort of thing. You're telling your guides ahead of time, hey, I want to communicate with you. Please use one of these books to send me a message. And again, if it's just one book, you say, hey, use this book to send me a message. And then what you want to do is basically just sort of flip through the pages. Well, sorry, take a step back. Ask a question first of a spirit that's for your highest and best good. And flip through and then just stop when you're called to stop. And I stopped on the illustrator. That's kind of cool. But yeah, stop where you actually feel like you want to stop. And then the thing is something might stick out to you right away. Your eye might be drawn to like a certain part of the page. I'm trying to think what else. Like maybe it's the title, maybe it's just a sentence, or maybe it's the whole entire thing. So usually what I like to do is just read the whole entire thing through. For you guys tonight, I'm just going to be sort of drawn and to like a certain section, and I might read the whole thing depending on how long some of these are. But the big thing here is the intention. The intention is that you're going to use this and it's going to work. If you don't believe that it's going to work, then you're sort of saying to the universe, like, I don't trust the process, and therefore you might not actually like find any answers that make any sense. Hey everyone, impromptu fun book divination night. And also, if any of you guys know what crystal this is, I just bought this crystal today. It was like one of those impulse buys, but it was such a worth it impulse buy because they were selling it for so cheap. And I was just like, I like literally walked up to the counter. I was like, is this price tag right? And the guy was like, yeah. I was like, oh my God, I'm buying it right now. I didn't even put it back on the shelf because I was worried someone was going to take it. Anyway, if anyone knows what it is, let me know. Hello, Lauryn. Should I use the books that I have never read? Sometimes I feel like my subconscious mind remembers all the content. Ooh, that's a great question. I mean, yeah, I feel like if it gets in your way, then yeah, try something else. And sometimes that's more fun. Like you could just go walk through a library, and you could start this process even ahead of time. If you don't have a book, you can say, guides, lead me to where I should go. Maybe the next time you're like in a library or even like a bookstore, just be like, guides, I have a question. And this is actually something you can do in nature also. Guides, I have a question. Lead me to the book or like the tree, or if you're outside, of where I'm going to find an answer for me. And just kind of walk around, wander around. Maybe your guides are like, oh, go up a level, go to this back corner. And then you just kind of like find your way there. The thing is you can't worry about being wrong. If you're constantly like, oh my gosh, I picked the wrong aisle, I picked the wrong book, I picked the wrong tree or something like that, then you're getting in your head and you're doubting the answer before you're even getting it. So you just have to trust. And this is something I say a lot with tarot, is I say there is no wrong card. And that helps me just like trust that I'm not going to pull the wrong card sometimes. But yeah, so if you feel like the books that you have might get in your way, you could purposely buy a book that is outside of it. Again, you could like walk into a store. But I feel like, yeah, if you're remembering like all the contents of that book and you're trying to get answers, that analytical mind of all of your memories about it, all of like how you analyzed it and read it before could definitely get in your way. But I think it's also something you can practice. You can practice getting out of that analytical mind, just like looking at it like a clean slate. This is so fun. Wasn't expecting it live. Oh, I know. Neither was I. I was like, I feel like doing it. Let's do it. And I was like, I don't have to wait till Tuesday, right? No, it's my channel. I do what I want. So yeah. You're welcome. So since we have so few people in here, and you guys, I also have like my normal tarot cards. So if you have a normal reading, you want to do that, feel free to send a donation, but we're just not going to do the guessing games tonight. I'm just going to do book divination. So if anyone has a question, I'll go ahead and do it. Hello, may I ask if Jake will try to come back to me? Okay, so which one do I want to use? I'm feeling drawn to this one for this question. And will Jake come back to me? Oh, I think I passed it. Just feeling it out. Bam. Establish a routine. So this is really fun because there's like different pages of like different things to just like have a more simple life. And I can't remember how I found this book, but it was like one of those that I was like, I know I need this. I know I need it and I'm going to buy it. And it's like, you don't consult a psychic. You don't have to like read it in order. This is a great book for book divination. So you feel it now, Mr. Krabs. You asked if Jake will try to come back to me. And this thing, I'm kind of like skimming it and it feels like establishing a routine. And I'm getting that it's with you. And I feel like they're talking about like your attraction, like your law of attraction. Like you're trying to attract this relationship maybe. And the thing is you're just not co-creating with the universe in the best way that you could be. And it's because you're kind of like all over the place. Like, are you taking the time to meditate? Like literally it says right here, are you taking the time to work on affirmations and visualizations, to meditate, have some quiet time and just think? And I feel like you just kind of do whatever every day. There's no like real plan. And because you don't have a routine, you're not taking time out of the day to like stop and say, why is this person not coming to me? Or, what can I do to make this person come to me? Or is this person like actually someone I want to be with? So I hope that helps. You feeling it now, Mr. Krabs? Does my friend have anything to worry about with her husband on his weekend trip? Ooh. I'm actually feeling the Animal Spirit Guides book, so let's try this one. I have no idea what animal this is. Grebe? I'm just going to kind of skim it, see what sticks out to me. And this is a cool book. Sorry, I should say these books, basically the top says, if a grebe shows up, it means X. And it says like, call on grebe when you need a bunch of things. And if grebe is your power animal, blah, blah, blah. Here's a bunch of other things. I'm feeling like with this one, and this is another thing too with book divination, some of the things might not literally stick out, but you might get an overall vibe. And so this vibe of this spirit animal is talking about like creativity, going inwards, lucid dreaming, psychic and intuitive powers. This last line is sticking out to me. Be confident that whenever you're having strong feelings, it says you'll be able to manage them, but I'm getting like, trust your strong feelings. So I feel like with your friend, like there's definitely a little bit of intuition going on of like what could be happening, and she should trust that a little bit, but it's also like saying you might need this spirit animal when your emotions feel out of control, you're suppressing your creativity, you need a change of environment. And I feel like that's kind of more what's going on with your friend, is like she needs the energy of this spirit animal to sort of like deal with like kind of, she's got a lot of emotions and craziness around it. And some of it is intuitive and some of it is not. She just needs to like sort of separate those out, if it makes sense. Let's see. There you go, Crystal. Facts. Will you upload this video? Yeah, anytime it goes live, it basically publishes. Unless I delete it, but I probably won't delete it. I don't want to be with him. I just want him to come back so I can reject him. Oh my gosh, too funny. Are there certain types of questions that would work better for book divination, or any question? Ooh, that's a good one. And I actually just recorded a video on how to ask better psychic questions. That's going to be coming up in the next couple of weeks. So I give you all my tips on like how to ask questions and so that you get better answers. I would say Actually, I would say you could totally do this with like yes or no questions also. Heck, that my guides are even telling me like you could do it with a timeline and like look at the page number. So if you're like, how many days is it going to take for this to happen? You could do a page number. Just know that it's like going to be bound by like how big of a book you got. So like if it's going to take more than the amount of book pages in there for whatever it is you're asking about, you might not be able to get that correct. Even like yes and no, you could say like ahead of time, this side of the page is yes, this side of the page is no, or and then, or it could be also like the page number odd even. That's a little bit harder because you know, like this page is always going to be even, this page is always going to be odd. So it's kind of like hard to say, but you can also do it and like expect to see a number on one of the pages. I would say with that though, you're kind of getting into like murky waters because book divination in itself, you can get more specific and more accurate with your own clairs and your own psychic ability. I would say with book divination, it's kind of like this would be my last resort if I was super new to something, haven't practiced my psychic abilities. This is like a beginner way to do it. So just know like I wouldn't advocate this over using your clairs or over using your psychic ability. That's always going to be more accurate and more reliable than something like this. But did I answer your question? So yeah, I think yes and no questions theoretically could work. Timing questions could work. But overall, asking open-ended questions, I would say. I'd love to find out if I have an animal totem working with me. All right. Ready, Gladys? Bam. The mole. I'm pulling all the weird animals. You have a mole, Gladys. Which, let's see. What is the mole about? So the first page is like if a mole is showing up, or call on a mole if you need this energy. If mole is your power animal, you're a hermit and you're quite content to stay that way. That makes sense. If you're like with the mole being underground, you're clairsentient. You feel things psychically through your emotions and physical sensations. You're attracted to alternative therapies like plant-based methods, herbology, aromatherapy. You have the gift of healing touch, whether or not you consider yourself to be a healer. Your intuition is so strong sometimes that you can predict the future with uncanny accuracy. I just got chills. I feel like that last one, Gladys. So Gladys, maybe you have a mole. I love that. And I've done a book review on this before and kind of like how I approach reading this book, to, knowing to take it with a grain of salt and that not all animals are in here, and that you can ask your animal spirit guide to really like change their form if you're really not resonating with it. Like I got a reading one time from somebody and they told me I had an animal spirit guide, and like I'd never seen the animal before, and just like it just didn't stick with me and I couldn't visualize it, but I felt like I really resonated with the meaning behind the animal. And I said something to the effect to this guide, like, I'm just not like feeling your image. Like why am I having such a hard time connecting with you? And he was like, I don't have to look like this. I can change. And I think he changed it into like a fox. And it just made me like click with him a lot more. So just wanted to mention that with some of the weird animals we're pulling up. Hello, Mama Odie. Thank you, Brittany. I was so nervous about it. Like, I feel like I want to do so many things better. I'm like, okay, I need to fix the lighting. I need to pull way more cards next time. I need to have a better plan. I need to like meditate for a little bit longer before. And like, all I can see is like the bad in it, but I think I'll definitely do it again. So if you guys want to if you want me to do another pick a card reading, let me know like what you want it to be about. I was thinking about like what's blocking your psychic abilities, maybe. Because I kind of wanted to like make them more catered to like psychic development, but if you guys don't even want to see that, like let me know. But I feel like that would be like my thing. Anyway, 11:11, perfect. Will I shift reality soon? L. Use visualizations. Like I'm not even going to read the rest of this because I know what it means. So L, one of the things you can start doing is using visualizations. Visualizing what you want life to look like. And this is something I'm awful at because like I catastrophize. Like I think of all the worst case scenarios possible and I just play those over and over and over and over again in my head, trying to work on that. But that is one of the biggest things that you can do to shift those realities. I love this one. This one's a great one. I know. Hello, Lori. Lori, I found a crystal shop in Colorado. The prices are amazing. It's a hole in the wall. It's at Flatirons, but it's like Mount Everest. And it's like it's not a crystal store. It's like a store for other stuff like Tibetan things and singing bowls. And they have a crystal section. But the crystals, the prices, I have never seen prices this low. I got this, you guys, for $60, which like something like this should be more like 100, if not more. It's crazy. But I have no idea what it is. And the guy selling it to me had no idea what it was. And so I'm trying to figure out what it is. But that's why I think their prices were so low, is I just don't think they are I don't think they're aware of the competition and how much people mark up crystals. Anyway. Hi, Lauren. I would love a reading, please. If you could please. I've been searching for some guidance regarding my purpose. I was already like touching this book and I was feeling this one. So I'm going to use Letters to a Starseed for Let It Flow. So I pulled up a page that's like literally an end of a chapter. Let me look at this. So I'm doing book divination tonight. This is like not my norm. Normally, you guys, if you're new here, I am usually on Tuesday nights. We do a lot of like tarot and oracle. This was like an impromptu. I felt like I wanted to get on and hang out. So that's what we're doing. I'm just going to read this. They're telling me to read it, let it flow. And when each of us shares this unique note, this frequency activates something deep within someone else. We were never meant to compete. We were never meant to compare. We came here to sing. Starseed activation. So these are like little things that you can say to yourself to like help you bring these things forth. I'm ready to seed what I came here to share. May I be sung. May I be sung. May I be sung. And so with that, let it flow. I'm feeling like this is a call. When each of us, it's like this first sentence. And when each of us shares this unique note, this frequency activates something deep within someone else. Maybe you're supposed to come here to help other people. Like by you connecting with yourself and your purpose, you're able to change other people. You're able to help them bring out a side of them. It's like, I'm literally thinking, they're showing me a tarot card that I always pull. It's like on my phone and it's, what is it? You have divine wisdom that other people need to hear. Like that's the vibe that I'm getting. Let it flow. And then let me just look at this other page. I think one of your purposes is to not lose yourself in the sky or get stuck in the earth, finding that balance. You are a weaver of worlds. Are you intuitive, let it flow? Because if you're not, I feel like you are totally like being called to like do intuitive work for sure. Just know that you're planting seeds with every step. So I'm feeling like you're at the beginning of your journey, a bridge between spirit and matter. You're a star gardener. You're a star gardener here to help us remember. I love that. And if you get like are resonating with this, let it flow, I would definitely check out this book, Letters to a Starseed. And I link those in my description down below. I think though, let it flow, you're supposed to connect to something in yourself and you're going to help other people connect to theirs. Boulder area. Yeah, Boulder area. Flatirons. Psychic development content would be amazing. Okay, good to know. I'm afraid most people are like, no, do pick a card, soulmate readings, that's what I feel like the majority of them are. You should check out the Done Creative YouTube. She does pick a card readings and intuition development videos. Oh, sweet. I have yet to find any other YouTuber that does like intuitive development videos. Like I found like there's some people who will do a video here and there, but it's like not their like main thing, kind of like me. You're welcome. I had some impromptu stuff today. I've been itching to do some wood carving. Today my brother showed up to cut down bushes. Ooh, nice, Mama Odie. My husband's sort of getting into that also. Gotcha. Anyone else want to do one of these fun ones? I wasn't going to be on too long tonight. I just wanted to pull from this one. This is technically the booklet for a tarot card reading or tarot card deck that I have, but I was like, why not? Maybe I'll do one for myself. Okay. Koala. Koala. I need to retreat from my regular routines for a while and enjoy my own company. You're feeling the need to have more personal space. You've been working hard and need a rest. That all totally resonates. Koala. I'm going to make wands for me and kids from the same branch. Oh, that's so cool, Mama Odie. Do you like sell those or just like for fun? General message from my guides. I want to do... They're saying both of these. Okay. Be patient, Cheyenne. Be patient. This is like specifically talking about like technology, that like technology moves so fast right now. We have instant gratification of our wants and desires, which is making us more impatient. Like you can't conquer your demons overnight. I'm just kind of like throwing out phrases that connect or that resonate with me. The process of growth can often seem like one step forward and two steps backwards. Use a journal. Learn to be patient with yourself. I feel like I needed that message too. So I think that's all I'm getting out of it is like, we're so impatient because of like the way that we were brought up, the way that we were taught. Like I do agree with like the technology stuff. It makes us like want things quickly. But right now we just have to be patient, and maybe journaling would help. And then I'm pulling embracing your humanness. No one is immune to life's pleasures and pains. So we can't skip this. So I feel like maybe Cheyenne, you're just like frustrated and you want to skip some of this stuff. You want to just get to the good parts, which I feel like I'm also in this spot right now. Let's see. Try as we will, we can't use spirituality or our intuition to avoid the pains of being human or to hold on to the pleasures forever. We came here for both, to experience both. The challenge is to do all we can to keep our heart open to both. This is what it means to truly live as a human. And it's giving you like a prompt soul inquiry. How do you resist your humanness? And this book, it's sort of like talking about humanness in a sense of like, a lot of us, or theoretically, starseeds come here and they have a really hard time being here in this body and in this world and connecting to all the things that you have to do as a human. And they get more stuck up here. And it's like, no, you came to this life to be a human. You came to this life to have these experiences for a reason. So don't shy away from it. Like, integrate with it. Like, figure out what it is, or figure out how you can work with it versus against it. That's kind of cool how both two different books, kind of similar messages. Do you recommend anyone that can teach how to do tarot readings, where I can learn to do tarot? Oh, good question, Connor. The only person that I would seriously recommend is someone who only teaches in person here in Colorado. So if you're in Colorado, I can give you her name. Otherwise, I would just do your research. There are so many people probably teaching online tarot courses. I would try to get in person though. Maybe look in your area. That seems like something that would very frequently be taught in person. And just sometimes having like the practicalness of like playing with it, and being with somebody and like talking about it and like getting to read other people in the room. Sometimes I think that that's a better classroom setting than like online learning. You've never made one before. Pinewood derby cars. That's cool. I want to see how they turn out. Cheyenne, they're just like beating you over the head with it. All right, Mama Odie, message from me. I'm feeling this one from Mama Odie. You guys, I hung out with Batman the other night. My film production company, we're filming a commercial for the Denver Comic-Con. And so we're doing like a bunch of little short advertisements for it. And one of them was filming Batman. And so I got to hang out with Batman. I'm trying to see if I have a good photo. Well, hello, dog. I hung out with Batman the other night. I guess that's not me in the photo, but this is my dumb face. Open the door for 2 seconds and we get a dog and a bunch of bugs. Okay. Mama Odie. I pulled Communication. And this is actually a tarot book, so it's technically a tarot card, but the universe is communicating with you through signs, sounds, and songs. Oh my god, the bug went down my shirt. All right, none of that anymore. Oh, now you're stuck in here. Get out. Out of that, bug. Oh, shoo. Thank you. Communication. The universe utilizes many forms to communicate with you. Have you ever heard a ringing or buzzing sound in your ear? I'm feeling like Mama Odie, like this is very like clairaudient vibes that if you're not clairaudient, maybe try opening up to it. It's like talking about like listening to things in a shell. Did you ever hear voices in the breeze? Gentle reminder that the universe wants you to pay attention to the sound and the messages that you're receiving. And I'm just getting from this, it's like to also be open to all the different ways like that they could possibly communicate to you. Maybe you're just sort of like expecting that they're going to communicate with you in a certain way. And because of that, you're like narrowing how they can come in. Oh, thank you, Zeneb. I feel that. I can travel. I don't mind. Well then Connor, her name is Rena Sesho, or is it Shesso? No, it's Sesho. Rena, Renna. Oh, and you know what? I lied, Connor, because she's doing virtual classes because of COVID. And she's actually doing private one-on-one sessions. I just remembered this email because I was seriously considering doing it because I haven't ever taken a professional tarot course. Renna, Renna. Here, I'll just type it. What am I doing? Oh, I hope I'm spelling it right. I always get it wrong. No. Shesso? No. Shesso. I'm pretty sure it's right. She's written a bunch of books. She has a website. Like she kind of has like long gray hair. She's a shaman. I took all my shamanic courses through her. And I super highly recommend her. She actually started in tarot. But yeah, I think she's only doing private courses. If she was in Colorado, if she was doing it in person, she would normally be doing classes at a bookstore called Isis, if you care. But I feel like that's like a multiple week thing. Let's see. I found a few tarot courses on Udemy. Meetup has groups too. Oh yeah. Okay, so let me get to Zeneb since Zeneb donated. Why did the Libra add me on social media after so long? What are his intentions? Okay. Zeneb, I'm still gonna do a book divination and then I'll pull tarot cards. Okay. I have to pick out a book first. Okay, so why did the Libra add me on social media after so long? So I'm going to pull a book for your first question. I feel like that fox, I pulled it right. So this is him, the fox. If the fox shows up, trust your intuition, be wary of someone you're involved with or who's attempting to trick you in some way. Okay, your reading's done. Just kidding. Use your intelligence and ingenuity. Yeah, I think that first sentence is like, trust your intuition, be wary of someone who's attempting to trick you in some sort of way. And then I'll pull cards for the rest of this. What are his intentions? Does he compare me to the Pisces? I'll do another book divination for the third question. Doing things a little differently tonight. I don't think that these are any different for me as like a reader. I mean, the thing is I'm no matter what I use, tarot cards, books, I always use my intuition. So, I'll read from a book, but I might ask, but I'll use my intuition to fill in the blanks. And I think that's the difference is some people use book divination and they don't use their psychic abilities. And so they're not adding any information to it and they're reading it very literally. It's like if someone were to pull a tarot card for you and literally just read from the book and not give any additional information. I think that's where book divination can definitely go wrong. So, what are his intentions? Like the energy behind it. I pulled the Poised card and the Here and Now card. I feel like this was just a whim. Like he was in a moment, he was like thinking about you. He was in a good mood is what they're like saying. And he just decided to do it. And there might be like a twinge of regret there, but he's living in the moment and that's why he's doing it. He's not like literally this card is like, he's not thinking about the past and he's not thinking about the future. Oh, I did that wrong. Past. He's not thinking about the past. He's not thinking about the future. And because of that, that's not the best place to be, especially if you've had a previous relationship. They're not thinking about how they could hurt you, where your boundaries are, or like what you could assume about the future if he like reaches out to you in the way that he did. So just like don't read into it much other than like it was a whim, like it was a rash decision. But your last question was, does he compare me to the Pisces? And they're telling me grab this. Reach out to the hearts of others through sharing your soul's song. So if he does reach out to you, like I'm getting like to kind of move forward with like a be yourself, like sharing your soul song. I'm like interpreting that as like, be like, hey, this is me now. Like if you're coming into this, like, just so you know, things have changed a little bit. This is what I like expect. These are my boundaries. And I feel like he might be like, oh, okay. But that didn't answer your question about the Pisces. I'm just going to pull a card for that. I'm getting like this. I'm just getting this answer intuitively. He's not comparing you with the Pisces, but he's not literally like setting you side by side in his mind and thinking about it. But he really has good feelings towards this Pisces person. Feels great about him, but it's not like he's like comparing, like saying you're less than or better than. Like he's just like he's not even lumping the two together for some reason. He's just like he hasn't needed to. You're not soulmates. If that's what you're worried about, Zeneb. And then the last card I pulled was just breathe. Like take a breath from the situation. Don't get into like your hopes about it. Understand that he probably did something on a whim, and it doesn't have to affect you. If it does, you can kind of, again, tell them those boundaries and be like, hey, if you want to come back, like, here's what I'm about, but test those waters first. Again, that animal spirit guide, like, be wary for sure. Thank you, Zaneb. Thank you, Brittany. Lori asked if she has any animal guides. I got the elephant. I just lost the page. Elephant. So the elephant for Lori. If elephant is your power animal, you have an insatiable hunger for knowledge and you continually seek to understand things. Saying that you might be really good at political or social work, otherwise being in a responsible position of public service. You have an innate capacity for drawing on ancient wisdom and communicating it with other people. The elephant is kind of like being of service in some way to other people. And like with the elephant energy, it's like you don't let anything stand in your way of getting your goals. So you have determination, you have persistence. That's kind of like, and I would, Lori, kind of pick and choose like what one really resonated with you, and you can kind of move forward and be like, okay, my elephant guide is here for X. And then you can really foster that like relationship with that guide because you decide, okay, this is what really resonates with me. Oh yeah, I hear like conversations. Oh, I missed it. Noise music. I'm thinking this out of left field need to make these wands is some sort of sign. Heck yeah. And like sometimes, you know, it might be your guides like pushing you to do something. And then it's like you end up unlocking other opportunities or you meet someone else who like, you know, answers a question or helps you with something that you've been stuck on for so long. That's why I always say like follow those creative things that you're just like super interested about, or like the rabbit hole of information that you're like could search about for YouTube for like ever. You don't need to have like a logical explanation. You're intuitively guided to do it. You don't know why, but you're gonna figure it out. And you have to just like, that's one of those like perfect examples of like trusting the universe, not understanding why you're doing it, but feeling called to. And I feel like I usually have a really good example of this, but I don't. You had me at Meat Tornado. Officer Sausage. Hi, silly rabbit. Yeah, I decided to get on just for fun. Thank you, Terilyn. How does Jerome feel about us at the moment? I'm just going to pull a tarot card because I'm not feeling any of my books. I'm just doing book divination tonight. You can do something fun, something different. Okay, I'm going to pull Terilyn. How does he feel? This is a perfect card. So I pulled Yin in reverse. So Yin is about receiving. And so in a relationship, this is like, you know, allowing the other person to give you compliments, allowing the other person to like come to you, to initiate things, to give you gifts, you know, whether those be like literal or gifts of compliments or like, I don't know, I'm bad at thinking of examples right now, but that's what this card is normally about. It's like receiving. And so I pulled it in reverse, which to me says maybe he doesn't feel like he's receiving as much as he's getting. Now, whether that's true or not, you know, that's up to you to decide. But maybe he feels like there's not an equal balance of give and take in the relationship. And maybe that's why he's a little bit like withholding of his energy. Let me just pull one of these. I pulled the Be Patient card again. Be patient. Don't push the river, just let it flow. Did I say card? I meant page. Anything else for Terilyn? don't get in victim mentality about this. Don't give up. Like, there's things you can do to make this better. This is the never-ending story. And it's like your guys are like, don't go wallow in self-despair. You can do things to fix it. You can turn it around and try to give him more. Or you can ask him, like, what am I not doing? What can I give more to you? Or vice versa. Sometimes we need to receive more. Maybe he's not giving you what you need, if that makes sense. And then you'll be a better giver if you start receiving. Same question, actually. Do I have an animal guide? Believe it or not, I don't think it's a rabbit. I was like, I wondered. Ooh, the swan. The swan silly rabbit. Let's see. I do believe a lot of us have multiple animal guides if we really resonate with animals. I also believe sometimes they come in for a short amount of time to help us with something. I also believe that power animals are animals that are with you for life. So you can have lifelong animals, and then you can have animals that are just around to help you, like, with something specific. So the swan, if swan is your power animal, you exude a sense of calm and gracefulness. You're very much at ease with yourself and others. You're very adept at gliding through the waters of change easily and effortlessly, moving smoothly with the daily rhythms of life. You shine with an inner beauty and walk through the world with humility and poise. You're very powerful physically and spiritually, and are highly protective of your loved ones. So whatever like really stuck out to you with that swan, set that as your identifier. Oh, swan means this. So then anytime you might see the swan, or you want the swan, you're just like, okay, my swan is here to help me with this. And I know, I need to address it. I need to look at it, do more work with it, or call in the swan if I need help with it. You work in a nonprofit. How perfect. Hello, welcome everyone. Do I have an animal guide? Mama Odie. Everyone's like, this animal book. Okay. This is for Mama Odie this time. Mama Odie. The eel. And again, if you don't resonate with it, that's okay. Maybe you resonate with the message and you can ask your guide to sort of like give you something else to connect to, or maybe you really enjoy it. The eel, if the eel is your power animal, every so often you need to take a voyage or journey to a familiar destination, even though you don't know why you feel compelled to repeat this journey. You love to live near water, enjoy quite a few water sports and activities. I don't know about that one. You have considerable depth, yet this isn't always immediately apparent to others until they get to know you, which makes sense because when we think about eels, we think about, ooh, creepy. You carry a natural and guileless aura of sexuality about you without even trying. You're attractive to others, both male and female. If eel shows up, it means others, both male and female, will be increasingly attracted to you, and some of this attraction will be sexual. That's so specific, like Kundalini yoga. So again, what I love about this book is it gives so many different like little bullet points, so you can kind of like pick and feel what you're most drawn to. And so like when I'm doing book divination, I'll kind of look, and I'll let my eyes, I kind of just ask like, where should I go? And my eyes might go up, they might go down. Sometimes like a specific spot will like pop out to me. That's kind of how you can use book divination. It's what I aim to be for sure. I love the swan. Heck yeah, and with guides too, you can put a picture of a swan on your like little altar and help you connect with them more often. What deities or high dimensional beings are bringing into your life? Tell me about the blessings that they give you. What things do? What deities or high dimensional beings are bringing into your life? Tell me about the blessings. Is that a question, Connor? Sorry, I'm so confused. Is that a question for me or for the book? Ooh, random minds. Ravens are following you. Sometimes they appear out of nowhere and in very odd places. That's exactly how you know that it's a spirit guide. It's like when they're trying to get your attention and they're doing something really weird, or like you see an animal like in a spot that normally like would not be there, or like you're watching TV and you see like a penguin on the TV like 5 times in like 20 minutes or something. It's like when they definitely get your attention. Hey, Prithvi. I know I'm jumping on at a random time. So again, you guys, if you're new here, please subscribe. I do normally do live readings on Tuesday night. So this is not my norm. I just wanted to get on and do something fun. I'm probably going to be here for like another 10 minutes and then hopping off. Lauryn, what was the page number of the Swan? I'm just curious. Ooh. Let's see. That's definitely another way that you can use divination, is you can look at the page number and you can kind of add it up and then look at that like number and what it means. It's 371, Mama Odie. So what would that be if you added it all up? That would be 11, which is a great power number. I associate 11s with like the law of attraction, like bringing in things that you want to manifest. 11 also condenses down to 2. Yes, is for you. What deities are high dimensional beings? Tell me about the blessings they give for you. What do they do for you? Like me personally, Connor? That's a good question. It's like forced to think about it. They basically give me a lot of messages. Like I use my intuition. Like I think recently, I'll speak recently, like they've been helping me a lot with relationships in my life. And I feel like my normal reactions to or I should say not my normal, but like my trained responses, like what I learned from my parents, if I would have continued acting the way that my parents acted towards people in conflict situations, I would not have very good friends or very many, and I would burn so many bridges. And so that's like one area that I heavily use my intuition for, and I ask my guides for guidance on, is like, how do I navigate relationships with other people? Do I reach out? Do I not reach out? Do I continue to try this relationship? Do I like let it go? Like I hope that's what you're asking. Random Minds, can you please check for me which is my spirit animal? Pigeon. Pigeon. You enjoy being at home so much that you rarely venture out unless necessary. That's kind of like that mole. Whether male or female, you have a strong maternal instincts. You're family oriented, spend time with others. Family members are your first choice. You have very clear and distinct morals and values, although you don't try to push them on others. You are proud of your accomplishments, but rather than resting on your laurels, you continue to aspire to other goals. That's interesting for a pigeon. Like family. I wonder if they're very like familial animals. If you're going through any kind of struggle, look to your family and close friends for support and compassion. So again, if you don't resonate with the animal, it's okay. Still take the message. That was me, Lauryn, the silly rabbit. Oh, what? Did I miss something? Oh, I know. I see 1111 all the time. Literally, when I leave the main road on my street, like the only way out on my street, there's a big sign that says 1111. It's like the address of a place, and it says 1111. I pass by it every day. Oh, I see. Sorry, Connor. I wasn't sure. Like some people, when they're asking a question, they want a reading, and so I'm like never sure. That's a good question though, Connor. I feel like I answer that here and there in a lot of my videos. So if you're new here, check out some of my other stuff. But yeah, I would, and like literally I spoke about it in the video that I made for our members only this week. So if down the line you want to be a member, I did a video on like my day-to-day life as a psychic, and I sort of talked about that and talked about how I use my intuition. But yeah, what type of blessings are you? You know, Connor, it is so funny that you're asking that because I'm in such a resentful mood about things in my life right now. And so I feel like you're purposely asking me that for a reason, because if you asked me like 2 hours ago, I would have been like, they're not giving me anything. You know what I mean? but they're definitely, I think, to not spend so much time on me, but to answer your question, they help me with my intuition so that anything in my life, like, I have help with, whether it's relationships, whether it's work, and I know you're kind of like asking, like, if there's like a random like miracle or something that happened. When we think of like blessings, we usually think of them in that way. And I would say they just bring me a lot of abundance that's perfectly timed when I'm trusting them, which I need to work on. I'm going to look more into the EO synchronicity for sure. Born, oh, cool. I love 1111. Hi, Karen. Did you get a haircut? Yes, I did a couple weeks ago, but yeah. It was a couple weeks ago. It looks good from the front, but when you look at the back, it's kind of like the color, I don't know. I feel like she went a little too harsh with it, but thank you. I was really hot. I like my hair short during summer. Awesome. Okay. Anyone else want a last minute book divination? Let's do last call. Last call for book divination. Or donations if you just want to do a normal reading. Me, please. Do you have a question, Victoria? Oh, yeah. Silly Rabbit, I'm totally like going through it, and I shared it on my Instagram, like that dark night of the soul where I need to surrender and I'm trying to make life happen a certain way and I just like won't let go. And it's like, I need to just surrender. Like my messages that I keep getting over again. Surrender, surrender, trust the universe. Spirit. I'm going to pull this one for you, Victoria. Hearts. The universe wants you to open your heart to love. I'm immediately getting, Victoria, like some reasons like why you're not seeing what you want to see in your life is because you're a little bit closed off with your energy with other people, you know, and maybe that could be because people have hurt you or because you're just not trusting. Or maybe you're just a very sensitive person and you have to close yourself off to kind of like protect your energy. But it's saying like really come into your heart chakra and really come from a place of like love in everything that you do and give people like a little bit more of a chance is like what it feels like. Be open to love and you will be surprised by what the universe brings into your life. And this isn't just like about relationships. This can be about like it. Honestly, when you open up in this way, it attracts a lot of things into your life because you're coming from your heart center and you're allowing any abundance to come in. I hope that makes sense. What is a book divination? Great question, Asia. I sort of talked about it at the beginning, so if my explanation now doesn't suffice, maybe watch the beginning of this. But basically, it's using books and expecting an answer. So asking a question, using a book to get a psychic answer. I mean, it's basically the same thing as tarot cards, but they're not, you know, obviously books are not made in this way. So you kind of have to thumb through the page, stop when you feel called to, and then look for something on the page that resonates. And you kind of have to use your psychic abilities to know like what's sticking out and what's like resonating in relation to that question. So not normally what I do. I just felt like doing it tonight because I was like, let's do something different. We can do it, Silly Rabbit. Thank you. I read, I can't remember it. I forgot what I was going to say, but I'm doing a water ritual, a water manifestation ritual right now. And I'm going to upload like a really short little video on it because I want to share it with you guys in case you feel called to doing it. But I'm hoping that will kind of just like help me get back on track. Can I get a book reading? Yes, Karen. Karen, what's your question? Because I have 4 books in front of me. So I've got, and again, all of these are in the links down below, but I have Animal Spirit Guides, Psychic Reading Cards. This is actually the booklet for tarot cards, but Letters to a Star Seed, which actually this one and this one are pretty good for. And honestly, Karen, I'm feeling like this one for you. Yes, absolutely. My chair makes such funny noises. Sure, Asia, let me know what your question is, and probably after you guys, we'll go ahead and wrap it up for the night. Normally, Tuesday nights I'm on, and I'm on a lot longer. What was I going to say to you, silly rabbit? I was something about, like, all of that and, like, trusting the universe. Oh, it was, like, one of the cards that I kept pulling was, like, sometimes you have a hard time believing in things that you can't yet see, and it's like trusting in the things that are about to come that you can't see yet. And it's so funny because it stuck with me so much, because I feel like I've turned into more of a pessimist than I used to be, like when I was a child. So I'm trying to work with, like, my inner child and go back to this more optimistic, like, view of life. And that's, like, one of the things that was really sticking out to me was, like, that message. Okay. Karen, on the spot, will I find the piece I'm looking for in my new move? Find a box of stars. Okay, let's see what this means, Karen. So here are some specific steps you can take to develop self-discipline. Get your calendar and a box of stars. Decide what discipline you want to work on. Let's say you want to eliminate your habit of worrying. Check your motivation. Okay, so I'm totally getting that for you. Karen, this is about, like, using this technique as, like, a manifestation of what you want this new home to look like. Hang on. And so let me figure out the instructions for this. I wasn't expecting so many instructions. So instead of, like, things you want to work on, let's say there's things that you want to manifest, Karen. So I'm just reading through this quickly. So it's like, have a calendar. Oh, hang on. Sorry, I wasn't expecting this. If you were able to nip each worry in the bud as soon as you became aware of it, pull out a gold star. Oh. Okay. So this is like breaking bad habits, and it's like, and this is honestly for anyone who wants to try this. And you get, like, this is a box of stars, and really what it means is, like, stickers, like star stickers, and have a calendar, and then you decide, like, what area of your life that you want to eliminate. So maybe you want to eliminate how much you worry, maybe you want to eliminate, like, anxious feelings, or, like, lashing out at other people, let's just say. And then what you do is every day, at the end of the day, if you can stop at the end of the day and say, you know what, yes, I had that happen, but I was able to stop myself before it happened, then you put a star on that day. It's kind of like the theory. And then it said, studies have it that by 21 days, that's how long it takes to change a habit or a pattern. If that's true, then in a month, you know, you should have this habit out of your way. So, like, Karen, I would take this as, like, negative feelings towards your home. So, like, getting rid of, like, negative thought patterns towards your home. But again, I was, like, also secondary, like, reading it as, like, using these stars as, like, affirmations. Like, I was literally seeing, like, a box of stars and putting in, like, a star cutout and, like, writing everything that you wanted to manifest about this house, and then, like, put it in this box. And then I was interpreting it as, like, when you manifest those things, put it up on, like, your calendar. So honestly, Karen, whatever you're most drawn to, overall energy, what it feels like is they just want you to start framing it in a much more positive light, because, you know, you're the one who decides if it's good or bad. Everything in life is neutral. You know, we assign negativity or positivity to it. So If you want it to be good, if you want this new situation to be good, make it good by having positive thoughts. I'm thinking of a quote that's like, you can't change a lot of things in life, but one thing you can be in control of is your thoughts around it. So that's like what the vibe I'm feeling is, Karen. Mm-hmm. All right, silly rabbit, message from spirit. I'm feeling this one. Okay, silly rabbit, silly rabbit. Ooh, you have loved ones in spirit, silly rabbit. Love never dies. We are always one. You have received this card to let you know you have loved ones in spirit, and they want you to know that life never ends and spirit endures all. There's also a ton of dragonflies and feathers all over this. Oh my gosh. And literally, I just moved over here and it says, have you seen number sequences of their birthday or repetitive numbers such as 1111 and so on? They're always by your side and they want you to know that they exist. So maybe some of those messages that you're getting is from those loved ones in spirit. Sorry, I need to catch up. I will take it to heart. Okay, Asia said book reading. How does Sheriff see me? I'm going to go to the animal. Okay, I'm feeling this gorilla. How do they see you? It literally says, others may perceive you as rather intimidating, but instead they don't realize you're very gentle, tender, and compassionate. I'm just seeing if anything pops out on here. It's almost like whoever this person is, they're a little intimidated by you. They see you as maybe like having a touch of arrogance is what it says. But really it's that you kind of are dignified and noble. So they're misinterpreting it in some ways. And like it's literally talking about being fragmented and ungrounded. And so I'm seeing that as like that's how he sees you. Like his vision of you is wrong. It's fragmented. He doesn't have the full picture. So maybe anything you can do to show him the true side of you. And two, Karen, with that, like, don't feel like you have to go out of your way. That was something random. If you resonate with it, you resonate with it. You're welcome, silly rabbit. Yes, Karen, thank you. I will see you on Wednesday. Thank you, guys. I think I'm going to go ahead and jump off. Thank you for joining me for my random little live night. Again, normally I am on here every Tuesday. So that's when I will normally see you guys. Let's see. Anything else I wanted to mention? I think that's it, guys. If you're new here, please subscribe so you can see me whenever I am live. And other than that, I will see you guys next Tuesday. All right. Bye.